been hunting since I was 16, dugong and turtle. It's a way of life for myself and my kids, and then I've passed it on to them because my grandparents, my parents brought us up this way.
Traditional fishing practices 45 minutes from the Queensland capital of Brisbane.
It's that body, mind and spirit. There's one coming across, is it? So he's gone across. Stand up the front there, boy, check it out.
This is my mother's country, where dugong has sustained Quandamooka people for thousands of years.
The biggest reason why we're still doing it is to obtain the oil from that dugong so people in the community can use that oil to treat different illnesses and aches and pains throughout their bodies, and then flus and colds as well.
They're shy and they're fast.
He took off, Sarah, as soon as he heard your footprint. You won't get near him.
So today, Mark is fishing for flathead instead.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Mark has been concerned about the future of this hunting custom, having witnessed a decade-long bureaucratic fight over the nearby proposed Toondah Harbour development.
The Walker Corporation wanting to expand the land base out into the waterways to build 3,600 apartments. There's development and there is destruction.
Mark has been worried dredge spoil from the construction would smother seagrass beds, impacting dugongs and turtles. Last week, Environment Minister Tanya Plibersek indicated she'll reject plans for the Luxe apartment, retail and boating precinct on top of the Toondah Harbour wetlands, the gateway to North Stradbroke Island.
I believe it would have unacceptable impacts on threatened and migratory species.
There's going to be another 1,000 construction-related jobs over the life of the project.
Late today, developers Walker Corp announced they would withdraw their application. Redlands Coast Chamber of Commerce didn't have a position on the project, but is keen to hear a plan B.
Toondah was always going to be a big tourism attraction, especially with Stradbroke. The harbour does need an upgrade. If this doesn't go ahead at all, then what is next?
Toondah Harbour is protected by the Ramsar Convention Treaty, equivalent to a World Heritage Site. But successive state and local governments have been pushing to develop it for more than a decade.
Let's say no! Williams must go!
Many locals on the mainland, conservationists and Quandamooka traditional owners have been against the plans from the beginning. There's a tension here over who can speak for country. When a developer wants to build on Quandamooka land and sea, they're required to engage with the Aboriginal corporation responsible for managing native title, Kayak. But other senior traditional owners have a problem with that framework. They say it's not transparent enough and they feel excluded.
In 2019, Walker Corp held an information drop-in centre here at Dunwich Gympie Town Hall.
And those tensions came to a head.
We are entitled to be engaged legally in proper, thorough negotiations prior to any plans being developed.
There was a unanimous vote against Walker's Toondah Harbour project.
You can't even respect the people in this room and stand up and talk to them and answer their questions.
Walker Corp declined an interview, but told 7:30 it engaged in ongoing and collaborative confidential discussions with Kayak while preparing its environmental impact statement. Redlands City Council says Walker Corp managed community consultation and followed procedure set out within the Queensland and Commonwealth legislation. Kayak says it has never supported a specific project, but says the harbour is in need of an upgrade and Kayak should be at the negotiating table.
I think that Walker Corporation have engaged us in good faith.
Do you accept that mob as individuals do want consultation beyond what Kayak provides for them?
In terms of cultural heritage and native title, I think the certainty for government and industry is that we are the authorised body, the only authorised body in that regard from the Quandamooka people.
Brian Morton-Coggle is an environmental scientist and Quandamooka elder. He feels it's essential traditional owners with the customary connection to country are directly consulted on cultural heritage to share the knowledge that has been passed down to them.
A URI system is what gives you your ecological connectedness to country. So as a First Nations person, you have a particular URI, you have to look after it. That's your spirit connecting to those animals. If we then have an impact on a particular food resource, then that actually impacts the web of life. It's passing on knowledge systems.
Community are bracing for the next development proposal. Brian wants it legislated that traditional owners outside the representative corporate bodies are engaged too.
They've not taken into measure everybody's input, and in particular First Nations knowledge systems in regards to those particular locations. Whatever happens in Toondah Harbour actually impacts the whole of Quandamooka.
Mark Jones and his family have a message for developers wanting to build on their country.
The cultural value to our people is, you can't put a money figure on it. Once something becomes extinct and gone, it's never there again. We're talking about generations of loss to come. That's money they don't have.